Ah!
I wonder if you want to click that one.
What do I need to hit?
Just hit that blue
Double
button.
button.
Boom, we're all in it. Perfect.
Does that count down?
Dude.
There you go.
Yeah, we're live.
We are live.
We are. Can you see it? Refresh the page.
We appear to be live.
Just go all the way up.
Hello.
And then pull it down. Yeah. And then go down.
Okay.
I'll show my balloons off to you guys.
So click it to open it. And then you should see count.
Balloons.
There we go.
Alright.
Just turn on the...
Oh.
I'll turn this down too.
You are on mute.
Alright. Who do you want me to start? You want to start?
I don't care.
You intro. It's Wednesday Comics. Do it like normal.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday Comics. To my left, we have Garrett. Garrett, say hello.
Hi there.
And to my right, Alex.
Hello.
And with us today, a special guest, Shane from Siouxpercon.
Hello.
Gonna announce some special things today.
Am I?
I don't know what's on the docket, what we can say, what we can't say, but you can go ahead.
Like, let us say these things.
Okay.
You say
No,
these
I've been
things.
teasing them, and I've sworn them to secrecy and blood.
Yes.
So, what should I announce first? Well, first, the reason I'm here is because Wednesday Comics, who has done great promotion for us, who has been a great partner, who has promoted us freely, this year agreed to sponsor a guest. And their special guest that they are going to sponsor at Siouxpercon 2018, Return of the Con at the Sioux Falls Convention Center, sponsored by Black Hills Federal Credit Union, is Mr. Phil Hester.
Woo! Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Phil, nice. Phil is returning to Siouxpercon. He was unable to make it last year. He was here our first year. Just a great guest. Gracious, smart, witty. I mean, geez, I don't think he signed. He drew. He did everything. And you men have agreed to graciously sponsor him.
Absolutely.
And he's going to be set up right at the Wednesday Comics booth. You'll be able to meet Phil right there. Spend some time with the guys. Maybe get on a live video or 17. Phil will be there signing signing comics. Well, right? Dude, he did have one of his shows, one of his books was made into a Cartoon Network show that was award-winning, Emmy-winning, and off the top of my head I can't remember it, but if you go to siouxpercon.com, we have his link up with his biography, and it also links to you guys. Yeah. So when they go to Phil, they're going to see you guys. They can come to your webpage where you guys can promote. So yeah, it's pretty exciting, and sincerely, thank you guys, because
we're pumped.
you know, I'm not going to, I'll leave it to you if you guys ever want to expose how much you're giving, but the amount that they're giving allows us to give more to our two local charities, JY6 Foundation, which helps work on a cure for childhood leukemia, and for Reach Literacy, which as comic book readers,
very important.
Right? Mm-hmm. Right? There's adults out there who can't read, who get suckered into bad banking decisions, bad rental decisions, and Reach Literacy, Paige and the crew over there do such a great job on that. And so I'm super pleased. See what I did there?
Yeah.
Super pleased to have you guys as a partner. And when I'm out in the community, I talk about I don't need sponsors. I need partners.
Yeah.
So it helps. We'll promote you guys. You promote us, and back and forth. And it's going to be fun. Plus, they're going to do an adult-themed Wednesday Comics After Dark, which is going to be so cool.
Awesome.
I'm really scared to see adult beverages in Garrett and possible. Yeah, I'm cool with everyone else. Yeah, no.
I'm having a blast.
We'll kick it off.
How many you got left to go?
That could we put a counter on the live? Like one.
Hey, I got some superhero koozies.
Ring the bell.
Oh,
Ring the bell every time you drink.
Yeah, I'll tell you what's wrong with that beer bottle. Get rid of Marvin real quick.
So another big announcement. So you might have noticed when we announced Siouxpercon, we said the 28th, the 29th, and the 30th. Huh. We're going to go 3 days. We're going to go 3 big days. Vendors are going to be set up on Friday. They're going to be running from noon right up until a big event at 7 o'clock. Big, huge event at 7 o'clock. And then after dark, following that, after dark's going to be 2 nights. Adult beverages and adult fun, 2 nights this year. So Friday night we're going to have after dark comedians. We're bringing comedians from Los Angeles and from Las Vegas. Plus, Mr. Dan Bublitz will be there, who's been a guest on your show, right? Hasn't he? Has Dan been?
No, he's been a Sioux Empire, which is we're part of their network.
Yeah.
All the family.
I knew Dan had done a show. I'd watched something in the background while I was reading a comic book. So Dan will still be our MC. Yeah. He's taking care of that, which will be a lot of fun. And you guys are going to step up and do an adult-themed panel. Saturday is going to run exactly the same. We're going to have opening ceremonies, which is one of my favorite things, where we get to introduce all the guests. Of course, last year, I don't know if we can top last year when Wilbur showed back up.
That was pretty nuts. My jaw dropped.
The amount of people who stood up when Wilbur with their... here's Bill Willingham, a huge, multi-Eisner winner, New York Times bestseller, over and over, and people are like, oh, Bill... Freaking Wilbur shows up. The crowd goes nuts. Everybody's standing up. It was great. Didn't like when he called me fat and old.
Well, it's like waiting for The Force Awakens from Return of the Jedi. Gigglebees has been on for how long now? And then you see Wilbur show up, and you're like, bring back Gigglebees now!
Now you wouldn't believe the blow-ups we had on social media. People asking, is Gigglebees coming back? Is Gigglebees coming back?
Supercon's Gigglebees. Oh... Snap, maybe.
You funding that?
I'll help you.
We can do it right here, right?
Yeah.
So then we'll have the panels. We'll have the cosplay competition, which I think is going to be even crazier this year. I think it's going to be huge. And then Sunday is going to be Family Day, guys. We're going to have Travis Nye, the magic of Travis Nye. We're going to have the video game tournaments are going to be on Sunday. What else is going on Sunday? Science Steve, PBS Science Steve's going to be here all weekend doing really cool science experiments with the kids. He's going to have a huge booth, and we'll figure out what else we're doing. We're still working on it. I will let you know, I have about 9 other guests we'll be announcing as we go on here, and I'll probably throw you guys an exclusive or 2. Let you guys, we'll have to do this again. Maybe we'll get Brian on there, but Brian's kind of awkward.
Brian's welcome.
That's fine. He'll counter Garrett. Then.
We'll sit over here and kind of nerd out, and you guys can just do what you do.
So we have some other big announcements coming, and we're really excited. It's scary at the same time. Mm-hmm. Think about the progression. Year 1. The Ramcota stuck us in the basement because where else would you put nerds?
Yeah, right? Oh, man.
It was hot.
You thought it was hot in here. It was way hot there.
It was ridiculous, right? So we have nerds. But my favorite thing in the 2 years we've gone so far happened that first year. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame was going on at the same time, right? And this guy walks by, and he is in the coolest buckskin, like he wore it in the 70s, buckskin tuxedo. His wife's in a leopard skin dress. And the cosplay people are walking around, and they're heading over to do the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame show, and he says, this isn't even the weirdest crowd we've ever played in front of. That's my favorite line out of 2 years of Siouxpercon. Yeah. Then year 2, they put us upstairs, gave us the whole upstairs, and the fans blew it up.
Yeah.
You could not move in there on Saturday. They blew it up. We outgrew the Ramcota in 2 years. So it's scary to go to the convention center, but Black Hills Federal Credit Union stepped up. Is a great partner of ours and helped us secure that. Partners like you and Vishnu Bunny and Brookings Book Company and the Midwest Maidens Roller Derby team out of Brookings. We're bringing in Tony Fleece, Shay Fontana, and now we have announced, thanks to Wednesday Comics, Mr. Phil Hester.
By the way, John Boylan, welcome at our booth to sit with your friend Phil.
Yeah, right. Yes, Guinness World Record holder
Roots for the Swamp Thing.
Yeah, which is pretty awesome. Man, that's really taken off too. Now we got a magazine. I mean, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
issue 2 is rolling out here pretty soon.
Yeah,
pretty incredible. All based off of one character that one man has a weird obsession with.
And it all started with
maybe 2, maybe him and Phil. So.
Did John say it was a pair of slippers he got? That's where it all started from?
I believe
it was like Swamp Thing slippers, I think. That's where it all spanned from.
There was Swamp Thing slippers is we could spend a whole...
That's just mind-boggling.
No, it might have been a sleeping bag.
No, I think it was
remember slippers.
It was like shoes.
I remember slippers being talked about.
I do know. I think it's too late. The pre-orders were running up to the 1st. But if you got it in time, you're in a running for a sleeping bag. That's one of the gifts you can get. So. It's a special card. So.
And Special Place Meyer, I love Batman Beyond. He's currently drawing Batman Beyond,
yes, he
which
is.
is
yes,
awesome.
He is. Yeah, and what's great is he's not just doing DC, but he's stepped out. He's doing some of the smaller print stuff now too, where he has a little bit more freedom, so to speak. But yeah, Phil's been doing this a long time, and I'd like to get him and a couple other old boys up there, and just let them loose.
Yeah,
let them talk about what it's really like in the comic book world, because we all think it's glamour. It's a tough world. It's a tough life. I found from meeting these men and women. By the way, Siouxpercon swag. Hope you have yours from last year. We'll have more swag this year. Siouxpercon swag. Hope you have yours. If not, hit us up on Facebook. We probably got some stuff laying around.
Is there a little summary of announcements?
Summary of announcements.
Phil Hester?
Phil Hester. Wednesday Comics. Made it happen. So I need a bell after each one. Can we
okay. Yeah, hit your freaking bell.
Right, here we go. Phil Hester. Wednesday Comics. Made it happen. Siouxpercon 2018. Return of the Con. Brought to you by Black Hills Federal Credit Union at the Sioux Falls Convention Center. What else? Siouxpercon.
3 days.
3 days.
Family.
Big, huge event on Friday night with the second After Dark. Wednesday Comics.
And this just
Adult
in,
panel.
Marvin won't be there because he's going to be dead.
Friday night live show.
Friday night live show with Wednesday Comics.
Wednesday Comics' first ever live episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be a blast.
Yeah.
Cool.
Great place to do it.
I may stumble in, and there may be adult beverages involved.
Yeah.
Brian and I are going to do a panel this year.
Nice.
Oh. I'll have to talk to our guy. Brian, are you watching? I throw down and challenge you to show up on Wednesday Comics. They'll eat you alive. Except for Garrett. Garrett's just not really.
Oh, wow. Man, I'll just keep drinking. I'll just cry and drink 2 at a time.
Just having a good time here.
Yeah.
But I want it, again, sincerely from the entire Siouxpercon board and staff. We're all volunteers. We do this because of our love of the culture, just like you guys do. We're organic, like you guys are. Just, this all started with a Facebook post. Would you go to a comic book convention in Sioux Falls if we had one? And look what it's become.
Yeah.
3,000 people last year. We're probably expecting 5,000 to 6,000 this year.
It's going to grow every single year. It just keeps getting bigger.
This area needed one. Everybody was hungry for it.
Badly.
Yeah.
Badly it needed one.
Like Midwest is just, besides going over to Minnesota, there's hardly anything.
You know what's great too, guys? And I'm not going to mention them by name. I'm not going to say anything bad about them. But there was a for-profit convention that came in right after us in year 1.
Really? I didn't even hear
The
about it.
nonprofit still lives.
That's right.
Because of this, because of partnerships, because of
community.
Absolutely. People feel safe there. People feel like they can be themselves there.
If you go back to one of our old episodes right after, I believe it's even labeled Siouxpercon, last year when we went there, that was my big takeaway. The whole time we're there, just feels like you're having a fun time with friends. Community.
Yep.
So it was great.
If I can share a story quick, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Take your time.
Last year, after closing ceremonies, I was very emotional. I was drained. And we got done with closing ceremonies, and a young committed couple, 2 women, came up to us and talked to Brian and I. And they had moved from California to Rapid City because of cost of living, could still work in their field. They came to Siouxpercon the first year, and they felt so accepted that they moved to Sioux Falls.
That's cool.
I mean, come on.
Amazing.
Yeah. That's like
Right.
Yeah. And I've told that story a million times, and it still hits me because that's what we can do. We can make people that have been ostracized, that have been pushed aside, the geek, the nerd, all this stuff, and for one weekend at least, and for so much more, I hope, with podcasts like yours, with you guys being in the community, with the crew at Rainbow reaching out and doing different things, we can make what we do just as normal as fantasy football, or just as normal as fantasy football is Dungeons and Dragons for jocks. By the way,
Yeah.
my offensive line can beat up your defensive line. It's the same as my orc can beat up your fairy. I mean, come on, it's the exact same thing. It's just so I hope that we become more normalized. I just want this to spread. I want it to be a big part of the community as a whole, and there's no reason why we can't.
Yeah.
So yeah. So.
Big things to come, absolutely.
Yeah.
So if you want more information, Siouxpercon.com.
Siouxpercon.com, our Facebook page, our event page on Facebook, Twitter. Just type in Siouxpercon on your Google machine, and we pop up all over. We are the one and only Siouxpercon.
If you want to know more about us, you watch us for the first time, WednesdayComics.com, on Twitter at WednesdayComics, or on Facebook at Facebook.com/WednesdayComicsPodcast. Looking forward to it.
You're really good at that.
Every episode.
Almost every episode. He forgets one thing every
Supercon 2018, September 28th, 29th, and 30th.
Sioux Falls Convention Center, brought to you by Black Hills Federal Credit Union. Boom. I love it. I love the bell.
That makes one of you.
It's a hit. Right? It's a hit.
I love the bell.
Try hearing that like 36 times every week.
I would.
Oh, gosh.
I love the bell.
Looking forward to, like we said, Friday night we'll have a live show. So show up at Supercon for the community. Stay for Wednesday Comics on Friday night.
You have to. You have to. We'll be doing more announcements throughout the community.
Yes.
We're just going to go place to place and make announcements. And I promise Brian or myself or both of us will be back to make another announcement.
Follow them on social media to get that first. So
please do.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See ya.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Kiss that off.
Bye, Felicia. Can I break it? All right.
Thanks for coming, Shane.
Down the bottom right.
So
hey, thank you so much.
Thank you.
So excited.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be a blast. All right.
All right, take her easy, dog.
Quick form.
Yeah, I want you to go ahead and
How are we in this, baby?
So you can see it anyway. It's falling down the stairs.